I tried to get away, I couldn't get away. These girls are like surrounding me and she's punching me. I crouched down like this on the floor. 15 years old, like this was the end of the world for me. I was petrified. Welcome back to another story time. I haven't done a story time in about like, I'm gonna say 2 or 3 months. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 months. Other than my bullying story, which I wouldn't say was really a story time. It was kind of just an insight on my high school experiences and my middle school experiences and how hard that was for me getting through. I've got a lot of DMs, a lot of comments, a lot of emails regarding my bullying story, and I think it's really cool for me to tell you guys my story, and it's cool that I finally can open up about it and feel comfortable about it. I think it's important for you guys to know that you're not alone. You're not the only person that this happens to, and this stuff goes on every single day. So today's story time is kind of going to be a little more of a deeper look into what I went through in middle school through high school. So as you guys already know, every high school kind of has a clique and a group that just kind of makes everyone feel less about themselves and less important, which isn't cool, but almost every high school has them. If you read the title of this video, you could see that I had a very bad encounter with that group of people. It was not necessarily the entire group, but it was a good chunk of the group. And this took place in 8th grade. This was about, I'm gonna say, about 8 months after I moved to Arizona. I already knew that these kids did not like me. I knew to stay away from these kids. I knew they were just bad news and just trouble. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little about that and how that happened. I had a friend that I met, I think, the first week of 8th grade, and we were pretty good friends. I wouldn't say like best friends, but we were pretty good friends. She kind of would go through the same types of stuff I did and like knew to stay away from that group. So we kind of just like protected each other, which was really cool. Anyways, we went to like an outdoor mall that we have in Arizona. It's pretty much just like all these stores in a big circle outside, and then on the outside perimeter is like the more department stores. So it's like a huge parking lot and then department stores. On the inside perimeter after 7 p.m. there's all security guards and cops and stuff. Why I walked out of the perimeter is beside me. I don't know why I would leave the mall, but I was scared and I was in a panic. Anyways, me and my friend got dropped off at the mall by my mom because obviously we didn't drive in 8th grade, and we spent all day shopping and just looking around in stores. I think it was around 8 p.m. because it started to get dark out. And we stopped in Cold Stone to get some ice cream. As we're walking out of Cold Stone, there's like a Fat Burger, and then there's a Chinese food restaurant, and then there's a Panda Express. 2 Chinese food restaurants. Who designed that? And Panda Express was kind of like, dogs barking. So Panda Express was kind of like the hot spot. There's like this little curb that everyone sits at, like all the popular kids would just, I'm gonna call them popular kids. All these popular kids would sit along this like ledge, like all of them, and just stare everyone down. Like almost every Friday and Saturday night at Desert Ridge, like everyone knew not to go over there. They like owned this like turf in front of Panda Express. It was very bizarre to think about now, but that's how it went down. Anyways, about like a quarter of the group was there that day that we were walking out of Cold Stone. So oh, you're a shadow. So Panda Express was kind of on the border of this outdoor mall, and then it was a huge parking lot and then department stores. Like I was saying, oh, I've been looking at the screen. You're distracting me. So, thank you. So, baby, I feel awkward that you're staring at me.
My socks.
Okay.
Is the mic on?
Yeah, it wasn't on at first. I was so pissed.
Yeah, check.
Thank God. I thought about it though. I looked up and I was like, no. So let me try to explain the map of this mall really quick so you have a better understanding of what happened. So Panda Express is like at the very so it's like a huge circle outdoor mall, and Panda Express is right here. Cold Stone's right here, and then there's all other stores and stuff that like surround this circle. This is a really bad way to explain this, but so Panda Express is at the very end. We were already walking over there towards Target. We were gonna go to one of the department stores and just walk across the parking lot. My friend out of nowhere nudged me on my shoulder and she's like, do not look to your left. Of course, I looked to the left. I made eye contact with the posse, the group that everyone knows to stay away from. They immediately started yelling my name, and I'm like, all right, just walk, just walk, just walk. So we immediately just start walking faster and faster and faster, and of course they get up and start following us, and I already knew this was gonna be bad because I was already leaving the outside of the mall. So the security guards are in the middle. They do not know that we're over here. They could care less what goes on outside of the mall. It's like pitch black out at this point, and we're walking on we're walking on the outside perimeter. Before I knew it, these girls are literally right, like the back of my head's here. They're like right here. It was about 6 girls. I'm gonna say 6 girls. So there was no way I was going to defend myself. Second, I am 4'11". At the time. I'm 5 foot now, I didn't really grow, but I was 4'11" at the time and 90 pounds, so I really wasn't gonna put up that much of a fight. And I'm also somebody who doesn't like to fight and has never had any interest in getting in a fight. So this was like a very scary encounter for me. I was petrified, so scared. Like I remember my heart just like pounding out of my chest. My friends just saying, leave her alone, leave her alone. I guess they just didn't want to bother with her. I guess I was the target, but she kept saying, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me. And I kept saying over and over again, I do not want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Like I couldn't have said it any more times. Like she just wouldn't let up. Then she started pushing my back like as hard as she could, just like shoving me. And at one point I almost tripped and fell over on my face, but she was just pushing me so hard in the back. We were walking about, I'm gonna say maybe a little over a quarter of a mile, and we get to one of the other entrances and I just spun around and I was like, I don't want to fight you. Like, why don't you understand that? Like, please just leave me alone. I don't want any problems. She shoved me on my chest and at this point, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I know this girl's gonna try to fight me. There's 6 girls that are surrounding me now. Wouldn't let my friend in the circle either to help me or defend me. I'm like a little girl. Like there's girls that are like 5'5", like surrounding me that are like bigger girls that like could tear me to shreds, and I was just so scared, and I was so outnumbered. Anyways, I pushed the girl a little back and I said, just leave me alone. And she came and swung and punched me right in the mouth, and I tried to get away. I couldn't get away. These girls are like surrounding me. And then I crouched down like this on the floor and she's punching me, punching me, punching me, punching me. I had braces at the time. I think one of my braces got messed up on my front teeth. And then it's not really dramatic, but I had a bloody nose, and then I got punched on my temple that I had a bruise for like 2 weeks. I was just a mess. And then I also had like this clip in my hair. I don't remember the story to its like fullest extent, because in that moment, that rush, it's just like I was so scared. Oh my god, like being 15 years old, like this was the end of the world for me. I was petrified. But I remember finally getting away and just running and running and running and running and running as fast as I could. And I had a huge knot in my hair with like this thing that I had in my hair. It was some sort of like tiara thing. I don't know, but it was like engraved into my head in like a huge knot. And I was just running, tears streaming down my face, completely red. I ran over to a security guard, called my parents, and my parents showed up. We ended up never filing charges because I was just so afraid of these girls. I didn't want any more problems. I knew who they were, but I wasn't gonna be a rat. Anyways, this was a story that definitely has never left me. I think about it all the time. If you guys have been in similar situations, you're welcome to DM me or email me. I am more than glad to talk about it with you. This is definitely one of my stories that haunt me. High school is definitely not easy. Oh wait, no, that was middle school. School is not easy. I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time. It wasn't a fun one, but hopefully you can have a better idea on what my high school and middle school experience was. And I really hope none of you ever have to go through something like this. I love you guys, and definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you want me to do for my next video. I post every other day, so make sure you subscribe and smash that thumbs up. Love you guys. Have a good day.